Hello and welcome back. We're in this temple trying to do things of some description.
Yeah? Indeed. I shall deal with this one. You're mine.
Oh shit. Nope. Okay, let's leave instead. Go back to the inn. It's weird that, like, maybe it's just because I'm used to it, but it's weird that you don't heal out of combat.
Not a problem.
Let's see, let's go back to the inn here. Who are these people? The foot's been awful lately. Think rats have gotten into the larder?
Good day to you.
Like a room, please. A common room? Oh yeah, here's the scene again with, yes. Okay. Villager, drunkard, villager, save. Where's Svemu? There we go.
Greetings.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking, we're not here to chat what for it is. Careful, looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids. Pure solely olive gilded whale. Coward sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him. We can't afford a good drink on account of him, but we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? Fair enough, you bring us something to wet our throats and might be I'll feel up to trading words. Okay.
How do you do?
I'd like to buy around for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows, you're having me on. Any more fighting, I'll have to ban Svema from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Right then, here, free drinks for free fools. Just take care with them. They're a hot, timid bunch. Sure.
Hello.
I brought drinks. Hey, so you have. By the flame, I never thought I'd be happy for a mark of the Blackhound shit beer. God, that's good. Alright, then you got my attention. What have you got to say? A round of drinks. Look. There's no sense in threatening the miller. You have him up against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. You're right. Things go on like they are, we're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now. With the crops failing, Haven't got another trait to speak of. Think Pascal needs a hand around the inn. Ask him. Ask her.
Just say the word.
Gods keep you.
Let's go. Fantasy! Fantasy adventures. This feels like someone played a really nice round of Dungeons and Dragons and wrote it into a video game. It feels like Dungeons and Dragons. Saw someone going to the temple. Papa says we're not supposed to. Yeah, I saw that too. Don't worry. Teophilium. Now let's see, where is the mill? The mill's up here somewhere, right? I would like better screen. Maybe it's because the sun is going directly into it, but I can't see shit. Where are they?
Greetings.
I spoke to Svena. And what did he say? I convinced him to leave your family in peace. Wait, that's really? That's great news. Once you show you get through to him, they're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt. Here. Today's earnings to show my appreciation. And you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. Glad to help. Now we stand a chance of getting through the year. All thanks to you. Safe travels, friend. Yay. And I can advance. Okay. Unused point will carry to the next level. Let's see. No, we don't really want stealth. Survival, damage reduction, bonus movement, accuracy bonus versus creature, increased consumable duration. That's actually very good. Chances of her own reprisal determine regenerating large amount of endurance. Cause the barbarian to lash out when in pain, granted a bonus to damage for as long as his or her bonus is below 50%. Done. Sweet. Should we go try that temple again? Let's do that actually. F5. Quick save completed. Yay. Okay. Okay. F5. Let's see. All right.
You're mine.
Okay. This parchment is relatively intact, but the ink upon it has faded. You make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. As attached to the ritual floor, Rectrix Obrica says, "Redemption before even these. Orc got and struck the largest spell first rather than the second. The rest is illegible." Okay.
Ready when you are. Death to our end! Death to our... You better run!
Oh.
These ones are in for a walloping! Most inconvenient. These ones are in for a walloping! Most inconvenient.
Okay. What is up with me suddenly not being able to fucking... Where's the quick save I made? Oh, there it is. What the fuck?
Not a problem.
What's... Maybe if I switch his weapon out with, like, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe this is more him.
You're...
Yes? Arthek Word and Wrath! Arthek Word and Wrath! I shall deal with this one. These ones are in for a walloping!
Okay. What is... This is weird. And I just died. My main character just kind of dies and dies and dies. There's no, like...
Not a problem.
mercy there at all.
Just say the word. Hey! I can't move!
Arthek Word...
The f I want to do this.
Not a problem. Yeah?
Okay.
Not a problem. Ready when you are.
Aye? Ankford and Roth! These uns are in for a walloping!
Just say the word. Death!
Most inconvenient.
The enemy's over that way.
Really?
The enemy's over that way.
They're immune to my one spell. No. Oh. What am I doing wrong?
Not a problem.
Okay. Fuck this. Come back later. Maybe with an actual party. Jeez. Way too much squish face here, I guess. I mean, we don't really have a tank. I can't tank it. Alright. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from thin, crooked bull. The sacks at the togger of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen. Bulges over the robe that suspends her, and her lifeless head rolls forward wickedly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it. Not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Let's reach out for it. Take a deep breath and clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she's staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in the misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost?
Her eyes squint as she peers down at you.
It is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that's happened to me.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there.
She nods.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder.
When all goes well.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
I think I survived a bivouac. Do you know what night that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Is that soul break a time over time, pack out over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Me? I'll bore you to tears, though. And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Katsura closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place awaiting. Last was granted crucible of the soul. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that is interesting. And I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about the Watchers? Only that they're rare and they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's continue on.
17 and a half. 17 and a half. No, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta. The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you for a moment, his brow arch, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
War? Saints War, only one of my lifetime. Felt decides the living incarnation of Ephus, Ulfros Rodriguez. Marty Sean Durward, so we gave him a Durwooden hello. What's a Durwooden hello?
We blew him up.
Who's of us? God of Rebirth and Redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Why was your hitman hanged? Dunwald. Ritter sent men down here the other day. Said that on good authorities someone in town was working with Kulks. Kulsk. Plotting Reddrake's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang everyone, last one of us. No one was come forward, so Svithin, that's my hitman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. Bound to happen sooner or later. Not for plotting against Reddrake, then for protecting me. Okay, so, thanks for watching this episode of Ankford. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Until then, bye.